Pittsburgh's Veterans Day Parade is one of the oldest in the country, dating back to 1919. This year's parade is Saturday, and the Grand Marshal is a local Vietnam vet whose story is one of courage, strength, and inspiration. He served in the Marines, so no one better to share that story than a fellow Marine, Ross Gadati.
Andy Nigget's journey to becoming this year's Pittsburgh Veterans Day Parade Grand Marshal began back in 1967.
I was just graduating from high school in 1967. My plan was to go on to college.
But he would choose a very different and very violent path.
Truthfully, it wasn't through patriotism or wanting to serve the country, defend the country. It was because I had friends who were over in Vietnam and who were killed in Vietnam.
A walk into a Marine Corps recruiter's office would provide his opportunity.
It was a matter of they served, why not I? And also there was probably some anger at that time and retribution time.
His Paris Island boot camp picture shows a fresh-faced kid. Vietnam was next. The Central Highlands along Highway 4 at a place called Charlie Ridge. That's where Andy's fresh face would be changed in a terrible way.
A rocket-propelled grenade landed near me and exploded, and it took me off the ground. I lost 8% of my jaw, 20% of my tongue, probably 20 teeth.
It was a Navy corpsman that kept him from choking on his own blood, bone fragments, and his teeth. He was a scared kid, more dead than alive.
Finally, a medevac helicopter arrived. They put me on the helicopter, took me to NSA Da Nang Field Hospital. For whatever reason, someone decided to give me a chance at life.
When he came home, he tried to put his life back together as surgeons literally put his face back together. He would reunite with a girl named Mary Kay that he knew before the war.
But amazingly, Mary Kay stuck with us the whole way, the whole entire time. I'm not sure I would have done it.
Marriage, followed by 2 sons, would set Andy on his life's course. College, fitting into all of it. His major, focusing on healing others' minds.
Sociology and ultimately psychology.
But Andy Nigget needed some healing of his own. And
that took an adjustment. You know, during that period there, up till 78, I struggled with my own post-traumatic stress and challenges.
Nigget was one of the founders of the Vet Center. It's a place initially focusing on Vietnam veterans and helping them heal the wounds the war put upon their mind. However, the entire time, there was one thought that couldn't escape Andy's psyche.
For many years, I wanted to return to Vietnam and visit, just to get a perspective of what was occurring there now.
In March of 2018, he would do just that.
It truly was an experience of a lifetime.
Captured in a documentary called We Left as Brothers, Nigget and other Vietnam veterans went back to a place that was replete with horror and death when they were young. Things had changed.
Probably my most gratifying moments over there were observing the children playing, enjoying life in peace. One of the first nights we were there was a North Vietnamese family that invited us to their home.
That family lost a son during the Battle of Quai Son fighting the United States.
We were welcome there. Welcome. They couldn't have been more kind and open to us.
Andy Nigget's visit would only cement beliefs forged in the violent days of his youth.
We were all human beings. And life is precious for all of us. That is the reason I have a real difficulty with justifying war, you know? To kill another human, for someone to lose their life, for what? I don't know. Still don't understand it.
And as for being named the Grand Marshal of this year's Veterans Day Parade,
as Grand Marshal, I represent all veterans who served in the military, all the men and women who sacrificed. That is my honor that day, to honor them and to represent them.
Ross Gadati, KDKA-TV News.
Again, Pittsburgh's Veterans Day Parade is this Saturday. It starts at 10:30 at the corner of 10th and Liberty downtown, then proceeds down Liberty Avenue. It'll include groups representing veterans of all eras and military units.